Hello again. Welcome to the Saturday Softpot Club. It's 1st of July. Eek! The Yorkshire show's coming up, and everything outside is doing quite nicely actually. And we've had a lot of really fierce heat, and we've had a lot of real rain. And you know, I just love the rain. I absolutely adore the rain. I think I've probably already mentioned somewhere along the line how much I love the rain. You know, you go to Lanzarote, anywhere like that, it's a boiled rock. Come back here and the greenness, the feeling of green. Oh, it feeds my soul. And I just love it. And you can't have green if you don't have rain. And on a rainy day, I find that I can sit in front of a computer and do officey things. I can clean the house a bit. Second the sun shines, that's it. I have to be out. And we've had a lot of rain. And of course, when you have a lot of rain, you get a lot of slugs come out to play as well. And I thought in this episode, I would share with you some of my good methods of discouraging slugs without having to murder them. I mean, slugs are absolutely perfect for what they are. And they're cleaners in the garden. They clean up all the dead flower mess and all the rest of it. They're the garbage men. They just happen to like some of the things that we like as well. And I've found that, you know, rather than murder them, especially with soft pots, there's lots and lots of things that you can do to, you know, they're not stupid. They look up and go, oh no, it's that Brillo pad stuff again. Oh, I'm not going to bother with that. And they'll go somewhere else. Hopefully the next door neighbour's garden. No. Yes, I use loads and loads of different techniques, and because my pots are soft pots, those techniques work really well. I can get things lifted up. I use tall candlesticks with a pointy end, just plonk them on, get them high up. Let them grow on the top of a candelabra, a nice big fat candlestick, all sorts of things to get them up in the air. And then when I dress them with all sorts of different things that I'll introduce you to. Oh, blimey, Lexi. Hello, love. Hello, Lexi. Oh, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. What colour's your hair at the moment? Every time I see you, it's always different and it's always beautiful. Yes, I'm quite envious of your hair actually, because it's gorgeous. Interesting thing, you know, I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, goodness me, I've gone really grey. And I was about to put some mascara on. And instead of putting it on my eyelashes, I put it on my hair. And you know, it's loads better. And I mean, I've got really fine hair. And if mascara can go on your eyelashes, I reckon it'd be all right on your hair. And it does the job. I mean, I have to admit, I'm really quite chuffed with that little makeup tip that I've just discovered. Anyway, yes. Hello, Lexi. I was talking about slugs and how perfect they are. Thank you. Red at the moment. I'll come and do a dye job on you. Can't have a dye job. My hair is so fine, it'll all just drop out. Oh, hello, Pippa. Oh, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I see you had a good time in Holland. Been following you. Yeah, I was all about talking in the defence of slugs. I mean, everyone goes, oh, slugs. But, I mean, basically they're just snails, you know, without a shell, and they're so vulnerable. I mean, you look at a snail and you think, oh yes, it's got a house, and all right, you can pick it up. But when a slug, you know, you pick up a stone and they look up and they go, oh dear. And they're so vulnerable. They haven't got anywhere to hide. And actually, they move really quickly. And they've got little eyes, you know, they can work things out, they learn. And they've certainly learned that my Brillo pad is not to be messed with. Let me show you. You know what, this is probably for the gardening club as well. I don't know, they might join me a bit later. But I just thought I'd show you my peas. and they're getting bigger every day. And at the moment, the base isn't beautiful, but if I decide to take it to the exhibition, then I'll take it with me, and I'll dress the base and make it absolutely gorgeous and ready to go to the ball. But on a practical level, this is what I'm talking about, is, I mean, I don't have a garden, I don't have a single bit of grass or anything like that. I've got about 20 feet of gravel in the front and a deck that's collapsing at the back in a tiny backyard. And so all of this is growing in a very, very, very confined space. And here we go. See, there are my peas, and they're coming on a tree. And those balls there, I mean, it looks pretty and all the rest of it, but actually practically it's for them to grab a hold of and keep on going. And I thought, what else? Oh, I thought I'd show you some of my hangers. Talking about being short of space, it's a real issue. Let me just move this to that side. There we go, baby doll. There we are, it's a bit easier now. Yes, I don't have any space, as I was saying, and I have very little wall space and hardly any hooks to hang anything on. And so I get desperate by the time it gets to this time of year, and it really obliges me to get a bit creative about my wall hangings. And what I've got here is a belt. I just found this belt and I looked at it and I thought, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And so what I've done is I've made a whole series of little soft pots, different styles of soft pot. That's a glom soft pot, that's just a regular soft neck, and that's a bangle collar. And what it is that they just hang on the wall there. Can you see? And it's really it's a pretty, pretty belt. See? And that's how you can grow lots of things in a very, very limited space. That's one method anyway. Some of my other stuff has got too big, just too big. This was my idea of a little joke. I made a soft pot, and I had a whole load of old broken watches, and anyway I put them in the soft pot with a thyme plant and some feathers. Time flies. And it's in a pretty little hanger. And if you can see the watches, oh yeah, there we are. See? Oh yes, I like that one, my sense of humour, you know. I brought in this little coat rack thing because I'm going to use it in the show, and I thought, oh, this is useful. This is another long style hanger. Can you see? It's beautiful. Wearing a nice bit of jewellery as well. Da 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 da, la 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 la. Finally something to do with all your broken stuff. Oh, definitely. Soft pots wear jewellery, feathers, beads, seashells. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. It's the most wonderful, wonderful thing you can do. You never look at anything quite the same way after you've made a few soft pots. You get what I call soft pot eyes. And everything you look at, you think, ooh, can I put that in a soft pot? Could I put a soft pot into it? Because of course they're sculptable and mouldable, and you can squish them into things. I'll just hang this back up. Now, last week, Jane asked, she said, oh, can I have another look at your carrot? And anyway, I just brought it in. It's been hanging around on your washing line, getting bigger every day. There we go. One carrot. It's it'll grow all the way down to the bottom, and it looks like a carrot on the outside, but as you can see, there's real carrots on the inside. And the nice thing about this, you know, is, I mean, it sounds a bit extreme, growing carrots on your washing line, but actually it has many benefits you don't necessarily need. Short carrots, you can have a carrot that's 6 foot long, and you can have lots of them. The other thing is, though, is the carrot fly. If you grow your carrots on the washing line, my celery as well, I've got celery growing on the washing line, the carrot fly doesn't look for it there. It only looks really low, so if you grow your carrots on the washing line, you'll never get carrot fly. And what else have I got? Oh, got this one. This is a pretty girl. She's wearing a leopard skin. It's fake leopard skin, and she's rather rah-rah, I think. And she's been growing on top of a candlestick in the front garden, and she's completely unmolested, I'm pleased to say. No slug damage. And I wonder if you're beginning to guess what it is that I'm using to deter the slugs. Oh, show you this one too. La 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 la. I do seem to have a lot of carnations. Carnations require a lot of water and they're very strong. I noticed that we're very strong in the spring. And it's interesting when you look at what is strong in the springtime. Sometimes it can be an indicator. I think they know something that we don't. And as you can say, you know, this is, you know, again, quite a big one. I mean, there's no limit to soft pots. People tend to think of them as really small, but that's because that's all I ever seem to demonstrate. But, in fact, there's no limit. The only thing that limits me to the size of soft pot that I make is whatever I can lift. I have to be able to lift it on my own, and so that limits me. But actually, you can have enormous soft pots, no problem, no problem. And I mean, they're not just pretty faces, you know. Soft pots are much, much kinder than conventional plant pots. I mean, in this extreme heat that we've just had, all those plant pots in plastic or terracotta pots would have been baking. Their roots would have been completely baked. Now in a soft pot, they don't heat up the same way. They don't heat up like that. And same in winter time. They're wearing thermal protection. And the roots are nice and protected from any sort of, you know, frost and inclement weather. So all together. Oh, hello, Nigel. Goodness me, welcome to the Soft Pot Club, Nigel. I don't know if you did make a soft pot with me when I was on the field. Did you? I don't know. Anyway, I'm pleased to see you. Seen some good pictures of you at the Nine Ladies. Yes, where was I? Oh, yes, about soft pots being better. They're better for plants, they're better for people, they're better for the planet because you use loads of recycled material. And when you make them, they make you happy. Just do. You don't have to be an artist, you don't have to be a creative. You can make a soft pot, and I guarantee every single time it will be beautiful, especially if you get my kit. The kit here is £10, and that is a have a go kit. Now that will make, 3 soft pots. It's enough to have a go. And you'll know then. Once you've made 1, 2, you'll know whether or not soft pots is for you. It's a new garden craft. It's a new form of container gardening. And when you make them, it makes you happy. Now, this kit is only available, all you need, by the way, if you order the kit at your end, is gravel, compost and a small plant. This kit is only available on this channel because Steve Day is going to put it up soon, I think. He'll put up a link anyway at some point during the broadcast, and that's the one that you want to go for. And it's a £10 soft pot kit, and then next week you can join me and we'll make a soft pot together. Ha! And so anyway, on with other things. Oh, talking about jewellery, look, that one's wearing jewellery as well. See? And coming back to slugs, can you see this stuff? Oh, the slugs don't like it. It just rips them up, and they know it, so they don't even try. They're not stupid. they go, oh, it's got that Brillo stuff on it. I'm not going there. And so this has been in my garden now for quite a long time, and normally it'd just be chomped right off. And it's good. I did a show, you know, once at the RHS, Hollow Car, and they had RHS size slugs. And all of their hosta were just devastated. And I wrapped my hosta, I wrapped it in colour glass. And then I used some Brillo at the neck. And boof, my exhibition was there for 10 days. And my plant, it left completely unattacked. It was perfect, as perfect as when I put it in. And anybody who knows plants, knows hostas, knows that the slugs love them as well. So, there we go. That's that one. Now, oh, I'm going to pop that down there. That's a bit better. And I suppose really I ought to demonstrate how to make a soft pot, because all these start with something very, very simple. A simple soft pot. And after that, there's lots and lots of different things that you can do. And in many ways, it's down to your imagination. Absolutely down to your imagination. Let me show you. I'm working on some little characters at the moment to take to the show. And it looks a bit strange in there, but I'm no artist, as you can tell. But they're very effective. And these are the sort of things that you can do. You can sculpt them, make people, gnomes, stones, mushrooms. It's just a whole world. Vincent! Hello, Vincent! Oh, nice to see you. Blue boy. Gosh, I've got people with lots of different coloured hair on the show today, it seems. Actually, you might like him, Vince. Oh, he has got dreads. So, yeah, I've just been talking about all the different things that you can do with soft pots. And really, the only limit is your imagination. And so, oh, hello, Henry. Henry's in London. Ah, hello. Lots of love to you, son. Missing you. Yes, so, all I have to do is make a simple soft pot. And from that point, you can, it's a starting point. And there are so many different things that you can do. You can make big ones, small ones, as I was saying. But it all starts with a leg of stocking. Ta-da! 10 denier, glossy. If you ask your friends, ask for stockings, you'll get thin, sheer ones then. If you just say, oh, give me your stockings, they'll give you 100 denier, 60 denier, and you can't use those. Not if you want a really pretty soft pot, because they just look funky. They do, they just look a bit sorry for themselves and funky. So no heavy duty tights. And you've got your Lego stocking. Has anyone joined me here that's got a kit yet? No. Well, I presume that at some point they'll be watching the replay, so I better go through it. Yeah, Lego stocking. Now, you know, it's interesting. I always say, oh, use black, because that brings out all the colours best of all. Yet, I found that coming up during this summertime, I've been using blonde stockings a lot. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, use any colours that you like. Just use sheer, 10 denier, on any colour. Because actually, during the summer, I have used a load of blonde stockings. You don't always have to have black. So, Lego stocking. Here I have the magic ring. That comes with the kit. By the way, you know, please share this. Share this on your share button thing. And subscribe, if you would, to YouTube, Softpots on YouTube. I've got this sticker stuck in front of me there telling me to do this. And yes, I'm working on online courses. So I'm going to go to Knaresborough, Henshaws. That's where the Softpot Garden is going to go after the exhibition at the Great Yorkshire Show. And I just wonder, I mean, some people will come and see me at Henshaw's and come and do the courses. But I know that people are really, really busy these days. And gosh, it's hard to find time to do anything. Even with all our labour-saving devices, something just guzzled up my time. And I'm just putting in some gravel here, washed gravel, something to give it some weight, but not glass. This is washed gravel. But I'm also going to do online courses. I'm working on online courses so that you can stay at home, order the kit and just do it from the downloads. And I think that actually is probably a very sensible way to go. I've had people trawling all over England, coming from other countries to come and learn and visit me. But convenience is everything, isn't it? And so very soon there will be online courses. So if you're interested in that, and you'd like to learn more about Softpots and how to do all the other stuff, if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel, Softpots, that'd be great, yeah. Right, got my gravel. Here I just have some regular old compost. Any compost that's right for the plant is good, that's fine. I'm not particular about that. Although I would say, don't use John Innes because it's got lots of sand in it, and you don't want sand. It's one of the reasons why I say wash the gravel. If they're indoor pots, the sand sort of finishes up coming out. Softpots are really clean and tidy, you know. They're not messy or drippy or anything like that. They're very well behaved. Right, now, you can't just put compost in a leg of stocking and think it's going to work, because it won't. What you have to do is you have to get some Softpot Gold. See that? Beautiful, isn't it? It's like really, really light gold chunks. And it's a natural mineral. It comes from volcanoes and they blow it up like popcorn. And in a soft pot, it behaves like porridge. It prevents that constricting it too much. It absorbs the water and the nutrients, and it releases it slowly to the plant. And it is just the most effective thing. It's wonderful, and it stays put where you put it. That perlitey stuff, yuck, don't do that. It's just too white and too regular in a naked soft pot, and it every time you water it, it moves to the surface, and you finish up with what looks like the aftermath of a football match on the top of your pot, and underneath you've still got that constriction happening. So yes, don't constrict your plant. Get some Softpot Gold. Now you can get that from a website. You can get that. I mean, if you want to find me, just Google Softpots. My website, softpots.com. You can always contact me at Annie@Softpots. Gosh, there's quite a lot of them, aren't there? Those sorts of tags. Anyway, yeah, I'm available. Contact me. And come and see me at the show. The Great Yorkshire Show. I've got an exhibition of Softpots. Row F, I think it is. It's the Women's Institute. It's right outside the Women's Institute. They invited me to come along and put my garden up again. So I'm just delighted, and I'm really excited about it. And I've got some really, really unusual plants and unusual combinations, all designed to stop the slugs. I mean, the thing is, you have to work with what you've got. I mean, there's no point putting out slug bait food for them. If you can use plants and things that they don't particularly care about, that helps a lot as well. You have to know your enemy, don't you? I don't consider them enemies. I think they've had really bad press, and we should be kinder and more considerate in the way that we advise them to move on. Same with insects as well. I mean, long time ago, I got involved with the doyenne of aromatherapy, Valerie Ann Werwood. And we had this spray, and you just sprayed it around the plants, and it just persuaded the insects to go somewhere else because everything didn't taste quite right. And we were all really excited about it, and we wanted to bring it onto the market. And then I was informed that I couldn't do it without tests, and anything that affects insect behaviour comes from Porton Down. They're all poisons and they're all designed to kill. And anyway, I said, all right, well, let's have a test then. And they said, oh, well, we haven't got a test that doesn't kill. And I said, well, let's have a test then. Let's have a non-kill test. And they wanted to charge so much money for a test that wouldn't kill, to devise one and then do it. The whole thing just could not proceed. And it was most unfortunate, and a lot of things are like that these days. Right, I've got my compost mix. I've put it into the stocking. I'm doing the donut. And I just did the bounce back there. Bounce it up and down, and that gives you a nice loose pile at the bottom of the stocking. Without, that's what you want, a nice loose pile. And you're going round with the donut, and you're going round actually just to see if there are any great big lumps or logs in there. Because lumps and logs affect their drainage, and you don't want that. Oh look, Steve's put up the kit link. Oh, thank you, Steve, my hero. So right, I've got my soft pot. I've got my stocking. I'm just going to walk my stocking down to the bottom. Da, 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 da. And I'm giving it a stretch just to give it some idea of what it is I'm going to ask of it. And I daren't go to the garden centre again. I haven't hardly got anything left, and I don't want to go to the garden centre and I'll finish up getting more plants. I have enough now. I must stop. So I've just got a few of these lobelia left. Whoop. And what I thought I'd do is just pop a lobelia in. All I'm doing is plonking it on the top of my pot. In fact, let's go wild with the lobelia. Let's have two. And I'm just going to pop the other one in as well. There we are, on top of the pot. And then I'm going to take this stocking right up over its head. Now, some things are like that, and you can't get the stocking over its head. But if you can, it's worth it because you can see what's going on. And I always try and work with an ivy because that's quite easy and it takes a battery. But there you can see those two things standing proud right on top of the pot. And what I'm going to do is, at this point I always think of them a bit like children, pop them into bed. Now all I need to do is bring up the blankets and tuck them in. And so got my thumb on its shoulder, and I'm just going to bring up the compost around it. There we go, into bed. Lovely, lovely soft bed. Everything likes a nice soft bed to sleep in and be in. Yeah, and a soft pot is so kind. The roots grow normally, you know. You don't get roots spiralling with a soft pot, no. And they're not prisoners like plants in ordinary pots. If they're outside, if you forget to water them, the roots will come through the bottom and find what it is that they need. When you come to pick it up, it seems attached. All you do is pick it up, rub the roots off, and it gets the message. It goes, ooh, and it bonsais itself back into the pot. If you've got a small plant and you want it to get bigger, and the roots are coming through, you just connect another soft pot to it. There's no root transference, anything like that. And eventually you can finish up with something that looks like a sort of very pretty pagoda. There's all sorts of creative things. I mean, that's it. Softpots challenges your ingenuity and your creativity. It just does. Right, I'm making a simple soft pot, and that's the only one that I generally do on this show. Taking a slice of type, cut it, got a stretched bit of string, da-da, gonna tie that round, and just when it gets to the point where I think, oh, that's a bit tight, but I can still get my finger through, that's where I tie it, da, da, da. And I chop the end off because I'm a neat and tidy person. Right, this is the level that you decorate on. And when it comes to decorating, the world is your oyster. But there are certain things that you do need to remember. I keep saying it every week. Don't use natural materials. Claire Jones. Oh, goodness me. Hello, Claire. I've seen some beautiful photographs of you recently. Yes. Hello. Thank you for joining me, Claire. Oh, how lovely. What would you do without your friends, hey? So, oh yes, I was talking about decorating. And when it comes to decorating, you really do need to just avoid natural materials. Apart from colour grass, which is the one exception, anything else, it'll rot between the layers and it goes slimy and it's disgusting. So don't make a soft pot with natural materials. Synthetics, yes, anything glittery, shiny, oh, go for it. As I said, you know, once you've got, you've made a few soft pots, you get your soft pot eyes in, and everything you look at, you think, oh, I could put that in a soft pot. It just inspires you. It keeps on inspiring you in the most wonderful, creative way. Anyway, got my soft pot, and I'm making it, it's a simple soft pot because it's a non-spill soft pot. And, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a bit of material. You know when you've got a really beautiful dress, ball gown, it's always got a petticoat underneath. And that just makes everything sit right and be right. And it tends to set the tone of the colours. It's just the same with a soft pot. You've got to have a dress on it. And let's have a look. Oh, I don't know what colours are. Oh, they'll be purpley, won't they? So let's have a little bit of my backdrop here. Just going to take a slice. This is organza. It's fabulous. It's inexpensive. But anything like that, fake, scarves, anything like that, just get them. When you see it, get it. Going to just rip it down the middle a bit. Going to wrap it around the part. Going to just use that tie that I made just to tuck that material under. One of the nice things, you know, about making soft pots is you don't need sharp pins or anything like that. It's great for kids. All you need is a little bluntish pair of scissors, and there's only really 1-2 knots to do. Any child over 5, 6 can do this, no problem. And you know something? They create just as good ones. Yeah. Right, got my petticoat on. And then, if you've got any other bits and pieces, I've got a bits box here. This is my bits box. And I can put in anything else that I quite like. And on this level, I'm just going to put just a few bits in and hook them under that tie. Now, you can do it on this level, but there's other levels as well. Let's have a look. This is coloured glass, and you can see this is why you can make a soft pot to match anybody's decor, anybody's eye colour, anyone's favourite colour. I mean, they're just perfect gifts to give. But this is the only natural material I found that I can use. Everything else rots horribly. And this has to be really, ideally, if you want it to last, it needs to be on top of a petticoat. So, soft pot, colour grass, it fluffs up. You don't need very much at all. I always use too much. I'm just going to use a little bit. Because you can fluff it up light as a cloud. And you can blend them as well. Let's have a little bit of green. Yeah. A little bit of green. You can make all of this stretch out. And the wonderful thing about colour grass is that when you put it on your pot, it acts as a grip for everything else that you're going to put on it. And that's why you don't need any pins. Right, just going to take this and I'm just going to wrap it round there. that out of the way. There we are. And I'm just putting that bit there. And then I might just put some more bits on. Oh, any sort of coloured bits. But I think this is quite a lot of blues in there. So I'm going to stick with sort of bluey colours. And it's completely arbitrary. There's no point being myopic with the soft pot, you know. Just put it on. And it all changes in the end anyway. So it's just a serendipitous journey of wonder, really. Anything that you come across that you like the look of, just pop it on. And the wonderful thing is that people say, oh gosh, that looks like a whole load of chaos to me. And yeah, it does. It does. But then when you bring the top down, suddenly all that chaos turns to order. And making a soft pot, there's something just, I don't know, very, very relaxing, very telling about it. Now, what else? It's very therapeutic, you know, incredibly therapeutic. Now, if you're using whites, anything like that, always put them on the top of your decoration. It's one good tip. If they're too close, if they're on the bottom, they can go grey really quickly. So I wouldn't bother with that. This, by the way, looks like mohair wool, but it's not. It's actually an acrylic mohair. I didn't even know you could get them. But I absolutely love the vibrancy in these colours. I mean, they're just wonderful. Now, this isn't necessarily my best bit of... I think my other walls are downstairs. But yeah, you can just plonk them on. Any old way. It's very, very good, you know, for children, because it is so unprescriptive. You know, in these days, everything has got to be just so, and this is how you do it. And it's very hard to find something that's just a creative free flow, and soft pots are. They're just wonderful. This has been keeping me going now for, I invented this 15 years ago, and you know, I've never stopped. I've never stopped because I know it's so therapeutic. It's very, very therapeutic. I know it's good for plants. I feel that it's a statement of love and kindness. Special. Making a soft pot special. Very, very therapeutic. And people say, well, you know, how do you know when to stop? I always say, when your soft pot looks like a princess ready to go to the ball, that's when you stop. And yeah, it's true. And you want glittery things. You want to keep your eye out for all sorts of glittery things. Oh, goodness me. Christmas decorations, certain types work really, really well. Certain things you only find at Christmas. So get them, don't waste time, get them while they're there. I can't tell you how many times I finished up regretting not having picked up those sequins. Oh yes, if you enjoy these shows, please help Annie. Oh, spread the love. Yes, spread the love, please. Spread the love. Share, share, share. It's funny actually, you know, when I teach in schools, when I teach in primary schools, when they're busy doing stuff, sometimes I get them to sing. And one of the things I get them to sing is, a smile is the same in every language, no matter who or where. A smile is a gift and free for giving. Share, share, share. Right, on with the decoration. Let's have a look. Is there something else I... Ooh, I tell you what I have got. Haven't used this for a while. You might like this. These are fright wigs, talking about things that, you know, you've got only at certain times. These are great. Just chop a bit of that on. Ooh, yes. Lovely, lovely. And finally, sequins. Actually, those are quite nice. They're sort of bluey ones. Actually, I think they're those birthday ones, unfortunately. I've got bits of birthday. Mind you, having said that, this is a fantastic thing to do for somebody's birthday. You know, you can make them very, very personal. You can write on bits of acrylic ribbon any messages you want, put them through the loop. And, you know, eventually, I mean, Softpots change and they evolve. And as time goes on, the colour grass, which is natural, it fades back. And all those things that are underneath come through. There's nothing, everything that you think is hidden at the moment will show. Take years and years. That's why it's worth putting a good plant in. Actually, this is a bit of a shame, really, because it's just an annual. Right, walking my fingers down to there. Got that diamond shape with my fingers and thumb. Putting my thumbs on the back. Going to go grab, all the way down, all the way round, as quickly as possible. You see how dark it is? And that's a tendenia. We have to work harder yet, just to get everything to just pop through. So, when I'm going to pick this up, it's going to be bare underneath. So, that's the bit that I want to grab with my hand. Grab its bum there and don't let go. With your other hand, just take it down right over your arm and gently pull that. And you'll see that that opening is stretching. And I can control that opening. Now, I want to be able to play ball with this, so I'm not going to stretch it too far. Use my other hand. I'm just going to push this up. Everything that's knocking about below the level of the pot just gets pushed back up. And this is where it all changes, you see. Right, here we go. Pulling it back down. That's it, that's lovely. I quite like that. This is where you can make any adjustments that you might need to make. And then, last of all, I mean, the plant doesn't particularly like this, I have to admit. I wouldn't if I was a plant. But it's what keeps the pot really bright and shiny, and it's called the twizzle. What you do, you turn it upside down, grab it close to its bum, and then spin. And by spinning, you're forcing, don't get that end bit in. By spinning, you're forcing as much tension as possible into that stocking, making it as bright and shiny as it's possible for it to be. And you see how that suddenly just jumped through. Yeah? Can you see that now? Beautiful. When you do really big ones, you have to do other things. Obviously, you can't do the twizzle. And I'm tying a knot. Da-da-da-da. Close to its bum. And then I'm just going to cut it off. And once I've cut off the umbilical cord, my soft pot is born. And at that point, it'll take any shape that I want to give it, and it will remember. And often soft pots are a sort of, their final shape is often a collusion between you and the plant. I mean, a lot of them are very happy with just your conventional soft pot shape, but you can make them into dimple shapes, all sorts of different things. You roll them, you can, all the contents move to the side and they get fatter that way. There we are. This is going to be a mega lobelia. It's got 2 in. Oh, good. Right. Now, once I've made my soft pot, to be honest, the best thing to do is plunge it in a bucket of water and leave it until all the bubbles stop rising. And then when you take it out, leave it to drain for 10 minutes, and that will have charged the soft pot gold inside the pot. And from that point on, if you plunge it occasionally, that would be good. But when you pick it up, if it feels really, really light, you can't tell at the side. They're like children. You have to put your hand underneath, and you can feel the dampness. And after a while, they get like friends. You can tell what their dry and their wet weight is. And yes, if I pick it up, it's an indoor plant, and I think, oh gosh, that feels dry, but it looks all right. What I do is I just stick it in a bowl, pour in the water, leave it 10 minutes, and it just suck it up like a sponge. And when you pick it up, it won't be drippy or soggy. And then, if it's an indoor plant again, you know the top of these these things, they're fantastic for soft pots. They just protect your furniture enough, but they don't get in the way of the beauty of the pot. And I find that that's just been the best sort of stand, you know, just standard stand. As I said, you can stand them on candlesticks, you can stuff them into things, you can do things that you would never do, nor wouldn't dream of doing with a plastic or terracotta pot. So, yes, there we are. Now, I hope that somebody out there is going to be looking at this and going, oh yes, I've got my kit, I'm going to make that now. Yeah, do it. And you'll be very, very, very pleased. There we are. Well, that's my little soft pot session for today. And that's my little soft pot. I hope this has been of help to you. Has anybody got any questions? I don't know. La la la. Anyway, I've got, what have I got? Anything? Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. My apple tree. Yeah, finished with this bit now. I'll just show you my apple tree before I go. Now, my apple tree I've had for quite a long time. It's not super old, but it's comes on tour with me every year. Actually, I'll show you. I'll show you my hanging basket as well. I brought in a hanging basket, and it's a conventional hanging basket, conventional size. There you go. Just to show you that that's, you know, they're not just tiny things. Now, if I put my hanging basket there, there you go. I'll have to get my apple tree. Here's my apple tree. And it's got quite a lot of apples on it, actually, up at the top. But what it is, it's in a soft pot, and I've tried to make it look like an apple. And then I fabricated with a bit of wire and stocking and stuff, and tried to paint some leaves. As I said, I'm not an artist. But as you can see, it's got a lot of apples. And they're all happy as Larry. Now, if I just pop that down there. There, that should be all right. Right, I think that's everything. So, time marches on. I'm going to be at the Yorkshire show soon. That'll be interesting. If you're there, please do drop round, see the soft pot garden. It's got my sweet peas. It's got they're flowering, by the way. It's got my sweet peas, beans, all the big stuff I couldn't get up the stairs and round the corner. Otherwise I would have, believe me. So yes, thank you very much indeed for joining me. Saturday Soft Pot Club, 1st of July. Love and bless. Oh, one last thing. I forgot to tell you about the Brillo-y thing. Where is it? Ha. here. This is it. You could get it really, really cheap. Da-da-da-da. See? That is a slug's worst nightmare. Oh, hello, Sheila. I'm just about to finish. What a shame. But if you look at the replay, I talk about slug defences. And this is that Brillo Paddy stuff without the detergent, obviously. And it's fantastic, fantastic. Pop it around your pots. Slugs don't bother them. So, yes, finally got that bit in as well. So, this time it really is goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me. Please join me again. Share, like, subscribe, all of those sort of things. But yes, peace and love. Bye for now. Thank you.